And welcome back to Campaigns of the Plains. This is Season 2, or rather D&D Season 2, Episode 41 now we're on to. Just had a little bit of drama on that last episode. If you guys haven't seen that episode...
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, just a little bit of drama.
There wasn't any drama. Everything was really great. We all got along. We had a good time. We made friends.
Nobody wants to watch that. They're here for the drama.
Is this a drama channel?
Drama channel.
Are we like makeup gurus? Are we here for the... Shane Dawson.
Are we the problem?
Charles... We're just naming
Shane Dawson.
Just dropping people's names.
Jeffree Star.
But if you'd like to catch up on that drama, you guys can go back through our library on YouTube, where hopefully you are watching right now. Make sure to go back, watch our the Wrath, and then how about that?
That's a good language right there.
It is.
I didn't know he spoke Spanish.
I'm teaching him.
Oh boy!
That's like, if we had a Duolingo ad, that'd been great. All right into that. If you don't understand that, you can get a free week of Duolingo.
Oh, non-spawn.
The spawn.
Oh, has it been a rough
Please?
week for you there, DM?
I've dealt with the drama, the falling out, and I've had to personally deal with killing a couple of your pets. You took a lot out of me.
Don't fucking lie to us like that.
Anyway,
My pet.
if you would like to watch those episodes, they are in our channel on YouTube. You can also watch our other great content. We had Season 1 of our D&D campaign. We also have some Monster of the Week goodness over there as well. So if you like things like Supernatural or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, X-Files, that kind of thing. The 80s as well. Make sure
on Stranger Things based their whole season on our Monster of the Week.
Yeah, exactly.
Netflix, get at us.
Anyway, we also have a lot of one-shots over there as well. So there's been a couple of Valentine's Day things, some murder mystery things. Make sure to go check them out. They're pretty good. But that's not the only place that you can find us. We're creeping on the internet where, Travis?
We're creeps on the internet?
Shit, we're everywhere now. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google Podcasts. We are on Amazon Music. We are basically anywhere you can find a podcast. You can soak up that audio goodness, and please make sure to like our channel and to subscribe so that you get notices whenever we drop a new episode, which happens to be every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central. That way you can download it before you head off to work and listen to it on your ride in. Make sure to also go to our social medias and like and follow us there. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, sometimes TikTok. And we're always pushing out new content. So make sure to like and subscribe and keep tabs.
I like that. Keep tabs. Also, quick shout out to Jonathan, who is one of our fans that actually saw me at work and recognized my voice from our podcast. Thank you for listening, Jonathan. Huge thumbs up to you. We appreciate it. So
We're basically famous now.
Yeah, totally. It was a little surreal, actually, when he recognized me because of my voice, because of the podcast. I was like, what?
That just means Josh uses his customer service voice to talk to us.
I do.
Are we customers?
I think we might be customers.
I would like to put in a complaint. You are servicing me the way I would like to be serviced. I'd like to speak to the manager.
I
I think my
talk to the
discounts are
manager.
running out.
Mm-hmm.
I am the manager. Anyway.
Oh, good. Perfect. I'd like to speak to
I
you.
would like to renew my subscription.
Oh, good. Anyway, let's get into this episode. Would you like to regale us with the notes, Alysia?
I have notes, but the most important thing that we need to take away is that we lost 3 of our own in the last episode. Toby, Pike, and Whip. All fighting for their country, serving us proud, have laid down their lives for our cause. I don't know what our cause is, but they've laid down their lives. And they deserve a moment of silence. That's enough. Now.
I just think they even made a flag with Toby on it.
Just
said, "Don't tread on
imagine.
me." And then Josh does a plug back.
After
I'm
that.
not doing it, but just imagine it's there.
What?
Just in memory of.
In memory.
Oh.
I'm not going to.
Can we do like Rainbow
just
Stars?
pretend
In
in my
memoriam.
mind
Yeah.
that it is on the screen right now?
Can we license that one song by Sarah McLachlan?
No,
Oh.
It probably costs too much, but we could sing it.
we don't have the budget.
We could sing at least 3 seconds, and it'd be fine.
They will be remembered.
They will be remembered. And shit, Becky took the witch's staff, and now we have to fight. Well, that was a good memory. And Milos is ready to throw hands at Becky, or throw hands on Becky,
Pause.
Catch these paws.
or pause, catch them pause. Don't fight your friends is not something that we know.
If you're not going to fight your friends, who will?
It's true. That's accurate. Becky made a deal to get the orb. Orb is evil, and it isn't mean... What? Orb is evil AF and isn't meant to be on the earth.
Is this a bad note episode?
That's every episode.
Actually, my lines are very straight.
It's the bad words
Oh.
episode.
Straightest thing in the room.
Joker is here, and he slurped up the rest of Kukulin like a Slurpee. And then he summoned his judge buddy, because we were gonna throw hands against the witch lady. Becky said that she had a patron who wanted the orb. That's the first we've heard of that. And that's a personal note for me. I'm not telling you this time. Joker gave Becky the void orb. Oh, yeah, okay. There's some things that were missed in between. We gave the orb back to the witch lady so she wouldn't murder us, and then we left, and we found out that Ace was dead, and we left him there because fuck that guy. And then we went out, and we got set up a camp, and it was all nice, and then Joker was like, hey, Becky, look, I stole this evil rock for you. Like, holy shit. And Becky needs our help, I guess. That's the last note I took. I think we need help because we have the evil rock monster.
It's a
That
monster now? Okay, let me whip
No!
some stats up real quick here.
I changed my mind. It's like Ellie just took a marker and drew a face on it so that it looked like a teeth, so it looked like a monster.
Okay.
It's not a real monster.
Where
Okay.
did you get that?
What?
The marker.
She says art now.
Art.
Okay.
Anyway. So...
That's all I got.
yeah, the moment was a little, I guess a little more emotional than the end of that.
I gave a moment of silence for the pets.
I didn't mean the pets.
Oh. Yeah.
But anyway, yes, Joker did have a conversation with Becky. And it got to the point where they were talking about Becky's future and a little bit about her past. And Milos just happened to come into the conversation at the right moment, as Joker had not in any way tried to hide the fact that he placed the Void Orb into Becky's hand. And then he did his famous disappearing act. So, we will pick up from there, as I believe Becky's last words were, I may need some help.
What kind of help do you need, Becky?
May I help you find something?
Are you looking for anything in particular?
I think Becky's just she's turned away from Milos again, and she's just kind of staring at this orb, and I think she's crying a little.
I will come up behind you with my big stature and just put my arms around you and just give you a big old snuggle and just like rock you back and forth, and just start like whispering what sounds like a soothing lullaby in a language you don't understand.
Is it in Leonin?
No, it's in fuck, what's the other language? The Geomantric.
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good.
I know you know Leonin. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
well
Geomantric.
read.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that just brings the waterworks more. I think after a while, Becky says to Milos, I think I should probably tell all of you guys a little bit more about me. It won't excuse the trouble I caused, but I think you at least deserve to know why I did what I did.
I think it would help all of us to know a little bit more about each other. But the best way we can help you is with information, right? I mean, I caught a little bit of what Joker was saying, and I don't know how or why you have that thing target on us, but I mean,
When Joker gave this to me, he said that he chose me to be his warrior of light. I don't know what that means, but I do think that Joker isn't telling us everything.
I would agree. I feel like Joker likes to keep things to the chest, probably more than he should, but I mean, we can't force him to do anything. Obviously, he's much stronger than us.
And he just absorbed his brother?
Yeah.
So now he's even stronger?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I fear we're aiding him in a bad way, but I don't know what we can do about that now.
I hope he didn't hurt Evelyn when he took this.
Right. I thought we had a truce with her. I thought we were going to come back and help. Whatever.
I don't know. She wasn't in any state to fight, so she probably handed it over. But who knows? I just, and I don't know what he said, that I should claim this power for myself, but I don't know how to even start to do that. I mean, maybe Asher could make it into materia, but then she'll pull out the little purple orb of materia and she says, but my patron gave this to me. He wants it in materia. So I don't know if that would be a mistake. Or maybe this little thing is cursed and it can only go to my patron. I don't know. Everyone's had a long... Go ahead.
As you have those two items in both of your hands, you begin to see that the small piece of darkness that you have in one of your hands starts to swirl like a dark storm in your hand. Little bits of electricity seem to arc across the sphere, and you can see what looks to be like dark, ominous clouds begin to swirl inside of the void sphere.
I put the materia away. And
As you do, you see as you make that conscious decision that darkness, those clouds actually had started to roil and exit the sphere and start to float towards that materia.
Are you sure you want to hold on to that?
I understand you were very upset that I took it from the witch in the first place. The thing is that you're right. She was right that this thing is dangerous. And after everything I've put you guys through, I should hold on to it because I don't want any of you to get hurt.
Becky, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Roll the neck.
Okay, wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be 21.
21. The hand that's holding the materia suddenly cramps shut on the materia, and you see this yellow eye open inside of the materia and looks straight at you. And all of a sudden you hear Diabolos' voice inside your head. Render unto me that which is mine. Milos, you see this crackling yellow and purple power begin to, escape from the materia that Becky holds in her other hand. And then Becky is able to, shake off whatever effect seems to be trying to put a command inside of her mind.
And then she says, on second thought, take the sphere.
Oh, okay.
Now!
And I'll grab it.
Now get away from me.
Okay.
Becky, you still cannot release this materia. It is starting to cause you physical pain.
Would I know if materia can be, broken or destroyed?
I would say no. For your background, you wouldn't really have that much information. But you probably know someone who could know that information.
We're all asleep.
Oh, that's right. We're sleeping. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
I
Just
forgot,
bringing him up
when...
right now, I think.
It has totally only been a week, guys.
I think Asher is still awake, but he might have been.
I thought we did the first,
Yeah, you guys are on the first watch right now, so everybody else is
Oh, this is
asleep.
still first watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this was, we just played a couple
Yeah,
weeks
just
ago.
a week ago.
Yeah.
But yes, Becky,
Yes.
this is not escaping your hand, and your hand has a mind of its own, and it is clenching this materia, and it is starting to cause you physical pain to the point where you drop off of the log that you were sitting on, and you are on your knees on the ground, with this materia in your hand, trying to pry it out of your hand.
Could I try and cast Counterspell on the orb? Or the materia?
You certainly can.
Okay.
I'm going to have you make an Arcana check real quick, though.
Okay. Is going to be 23.
You know magic, and this ability is definitely magic in base, but it is not a spell. Some kind of power is reaching through this implement into you.
Counterspell has to be a specific creature casting a spell.
Okay. Well, I'm going to, on my knees, like, shuffle around and try and find a big-ass rock. I'm going to start smashing my hand against it until this material breaks.
So yeah, I mean, you find a decent sized rock and you start like trying to smash your arm, like grabbing it at the wrist and like trying to smash it against this rock, and you're getting this thudding sound. And go ahead and make me a con saving throw if you would, please. What's the result?
4.
4. You immediately fall on your back. You are paralyzed.
Shit.
Milos, you see this happening, and the eye that's floating inside of this sphere that is attached to Becky is, like, focused right on her face. Becky, you let out a cry of pain. Anybody sleeping can attempt to make a perception check to see if you hear Becky's cries. Otherwise, you can sleep right through
Do I
it.
get advantage because I've got the ears?
No. Not unless you have a hearing feat.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, how do I make
I-
it change?
I think I'm going to yell over to Asher because he's still awake, and have him be like, "Can you help me with this? I don't know what's going on." And like I will try and like pry it from her hand if I can.
Go ahead and make me a
Well,
con saving throw.
What kind of check did you say?
I
Perception.
hit the can. That was gonna be like an 18, but now it's an 8.
Oh, rough. So
I
you
have-
take 12
Fish-
points of darkness damage.
Oh.
So I get a plus.
Ow!
And you are pushed back 5 feet.
Well. So I have a question, because I got an 11, but my passive perception, because I'm sleeping, is 17.
Sure, we'll say,
I'm not actively listening, because I'm asleep,
yeah.
but I'm very perceptive with my big Ailey's ears are doing this in the bed.
What is everybody else's passive perception?
19.
You hear it as well.
I'm awake, but 20.
You hear it as well.
Hell yeah.
That's 11. How you guys are nosy people.
Since you are calling out for Asher, I'm going to allow him to do a perception check to see if he wakes up and hears you.
Perception?
Yep.
It's only an 18.
18 is enough. So all of you hear as Milos calls out to Asher to come help. And you hear as Becky is like crying in pain, and you hear a surge of energy, a crackling of energy that pushes back Milo. You can hear his claws on his feet like drag against the ground.
Ellie just comes out with her shawl around her and her eyes real big. What's going on? Oh. Do you need help?
Becky is literally writhing on the ground in pain,
Oh dear.
like convulsing as.
I'm going to...
I feel like Asher's probably awake, so would he get there first?
You can, absolutely.
Okay.
You push past Ellie.
Oh!
Sorry. Excuse me. Can he run over and she's just like, is it one hand or it's just
One hand, because she was she had her other hand, I imagine, around her wrist, not to touch the orb with her free hand, and she was smashing it
and I
against a
can
rock.
see this like eye and like it's
This is...
Because it's materia, right?
It is materia
But
that
it is-
you recognize.
I've never seen an eye in a materia before. Not that I've seen many materia.
Yep.
What I recognize it as like is an evil presence, like spooky, kooky.
Go ahead and make me an
Where's the
Arcana
eye?
check. What?
Where's the eye?
The eye is in the materia that Becky is holding.
I
And
feel
you
like
can
it's-
see it, like she's holding it like this.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
is.
like-
It is like think Eye of Sauron,
Can I
like
try
yellow with
to
the slits in the
dispel
middle.
magic on the orb?
You certainly can.
Eye or something? It's all the
It's
same.
21 on Arcana.
So real quick, because Asher pushed past you.
Yeah, it's fine. Ellie's coming in with the magic already. Go like, I'm gonna help.
Asher, you focus because you can normally tell when you're close to material, like where along the lines that the materia has been drawing power from. You look at this materia; it is not drawing power from the earth below, not from what would be a normal source. And you see instead this purple thread that seems to arch into the sky.
I can see the thread.
Mm-hmm.
Could I, as I run up, try to pry open Becky's hand, and as I do that, could I cast Word of Radiance on this thread? It's like radiant magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What is it? Is it save or
It's a con save.
Okay.
Oh no, it's pretty low. But like not great.
what is your damage on Word of Radiance? Because that is only 11.
Well, save is 12. It's 2d6.
2d6. Go ahead and roll your damage.
7.
7.
So could I like? I guess I don't know if he like reaches for the thread or like does that, but
Well,
like in my mind he's like trying to grab it and like cast it on the materia to break it. From
Well,
the
you're
thread.
using Word of Radiance,
Yeah.
so it's coming.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
it's a radiance that bursts from you. It says.
Yeah. So this, I imagine it being the similar green light that you and your mother both wield, and this green burst of energy draws up from the ley lines and bursts forth from Asher, and you see that bit. Asher, you're the only one that sees it. You see that bit of yellow thread like snap,
Okay.
and then the eye suddenly closes. And Becky, you are no longer paralyzed.
Ooh.
Can I get the materia out of her hand at that point then?
Mm-hmm. It
Okay.
it doesn't feel nice at
Okay,
all.
I'm
Like,
gonna
you don't want
Pick it up and I'm gonna toss it.
Okay.
Like with so we can see it within the campfire, but like
Yeah,
away from
within
us.
the light from the campfire.
And then I'm going to lift up Becky, and as I lift up Becky, I will cast Cure Wounds.
Thanks, Muscles.
Yeah. You took a lot of damage? I'll just...
She didn't take.
Oh, you
any.
didn't. Oh,
Yeah.
you took damage. Never mind.
I mean,
never mind. I thought you did, but that was
That's okay.
Milos. Never mind. I will just lift
Yeah.
you up then.
Yeah, Becky just
I'm
looks a
still
little
fucked
shaken.
up from the previous fight, but you know.
Bitch, that was your own fault. I'm mad about you about that.
Right.
So remind me. It's been a couple days. Has Asher seen that materia before?
No. Well, yes, actually. It was the one that Becky was trying to like smash against the witch's staff that held the piece of the void orb.
Okay, but that was, let's call that 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, sure.
He'll look at her and be like, it probably sounds really mean, but he's trying to say it in a nice way, but he would basically say, where did you get that?
It's a long story, and I was gonna wait and tell everyone in the morning when they were up.
I think we're all awake.
But from the sounds of the tent, I think everyone already is.
Yeah, you definitely see a couple of extra heads poke out of the entrance of the tents. One little black leather beak, and
He uses the beak to open the tent flap.
yes.
I honestly can't tell if he's
You
sleeping
see a
or
little
he's
beak,
just awake all
and it just
night.
unzips the flap. And then
It's just the beak. He points out like
Yeah,
this,
it just
like
looks
left
around.
and right.
Oh, I need that in my life. Okay.
And then Din, because she showed her pair
Yeah.
of horns first.
Poppy in the same in a matching shawl tied around her head, kind of yawns and stretches and goes and starts like doing the cat like head butt thing against Becky's legs.
I like to imagine you guys all have like that like face like
Mask.
cold cream on.
Even
Yeah.
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got to condition his leather or
Yeah.
it'll crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-care
Since we're
support.
digging in my makeup bag again.
It's just so soft. My skin feels so soft now.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
So you're all awake at this point.
So, sorry to wake everyone up. As you can see, and she points over to Milos holding the purple orb. We got a gift.
Wait, is that the evil
from,
rock?
Joker.
Is that the evil
Yeah.
rock?
Yeah, he took it from the witch. So, and then he gave it to me. Then there's a lot of explaining to do. I don't really know where to start. So I might just start a long time ago. I think you all deserve to know why I was going after the orb. And it has a lot to do with my family. So I'm from a place out in Rubis. It's called Trelixis Canyon. And it's where my patron and his colony of Gria settled hundreds of years ago. And 19 years ago, I was born, and I did not look like the rest of the other Gria. My dragon patron is an onyx dragon, and so obviously everyone has black scales, but they look more like Din. They have scales, they have light colored skin. They look like Gria, and I was treated differently. They always called me this word, Noro Loretta. And I don't know what it means. No one ever told me, but I always knew it was like some sort of curse word. Anyway, they always treated me differently. I didn't have many friends. I was considered a outcast, and everyone would always blame little jinxes on me. Any little bad luck that happens was my fault. And my mother was one of those that always accused me of these wrongdoings. And one night, I was woken up and brought before my patron, Osoroshi, and I was accused of stealing from someone. There was no evidence, there was no trial. Right then and there, he banished me, and he grounded me, which means that they took me out into the desert, and my mother and another lady held me down and cut off my wings. And I was left for dead out in the wastelands. So, when I came to, I made my way across the desert. I found a little town, and in this town there was a lady named Ezra, who I don't know what she was, but she had a lot of books. One of those books, and I pull out my little black book, was this. And I started reading it, even though I didn't understand the symbols. But pretty soon it just became apparent to me that this was the key to getting revenge against my mother and Osoroshi. And I found this too, and I pull out a little purple crystal. It looks like some jagged, like, what do you call it? Like, quartz or something like that, like amethyst. I also found this buried one day, and after I did, I started getting dreams. And dreams that told me that I would become this powerful spellcaster. And from there, I took the book. I thanked my benefactor in a note and kind of left in the middle of the night and headed out on the caravan where I met Milos. And I've been searching for new, more powerful spells ever since, and one of those sources was a being known as Diabolos. And he's the one that gave me my tattoos. And he also gave me some of my more powerful abilities. And a few days ago, he came to me again and gave me that materia. And he said that there was a piece of the void in the tower, and that I was supposed to get it for him, and he would make me even more powerful. So that's my story in a gist. Yeah, and so that's why I'm secretive. It's why I do reckless things. I'm really sorry, guys.
Was Asher holding you this entire time?
I don't know.
I think he just picked her up.
Set her on her feet.
Yeah, he like got her off
Yeah.
the ground.
Oh, I thought he was like holding you in the style while you were telling the story.
Just awkwardly like.
Becky, you
If that's even your real name.
what?
Is Becky your real name?
It
Actually,
kinda. So, my name I was given is close. It's Baki, but the people at the town I went to, they couldn't. I don't know. They mispronounced it once, and it kind of stuck. And my last name, I didn't have a last name. That comes from one of my dreams. It told me that I would become Baki, whose heart blazes. And so, just kind of gone by Becky Blaize ever since.
Well, that's okay. You get to pick your name if you want. Especially since your mom, who sounds like a bitch, gave you your other name.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Becky suits me.
I don't know. Jeff sounds pretty good too.
Yeah.
Maybe Bob.
I think you look like a Becky. I've never met another Becky. I've never met a lot of things. But you are perfect. Also, I don't know of anybody else, but I'm not mad at you.
I'm not either. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I would fight back too.
We all do things for selfish reasons.
Do any of us recognize like the name that they called her? Like, is that in a different language or something?
Go ahead and make me a history check. Milos. Just Milos.
I'm not very history inclined, but I can try. That was cool. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, being kind of on the eastern side of your country, through the mists, you don't get very many visitors from the Near East, but you do find some traders, some merchants that usually trade in very foreign goods, high-class silks, different spices, lots of seafood, especially in the capital. Not too many make the voyage, as most of them are usually very to themselves. Even caravans that would brave the mist to travel to the Near East are usually either met with, obviously, fiends in the mist, the normal dangers, but on top of that, usually quite a bit of xenophobia. And that's why trade is very minimal with them. But this accent of the common tongue seems like it's probably a Near Eastern one.
I don't recognize those words, but I recognize at least where they're potentially from. I've heard some traders that would come through that would use similar dialect. So perhaps, do I know what the name of the language they spoke? Just
it's not a language so much as it is a dialect, completely different and foreign to what you're usually used to.
So we can do some research to try and find out. I mean, it's not like it really matters. It could help you learn something about yourself. You don't know. But I understand why you want this thing. I just don't trust Diabolos.
I don't know who Diabolos is. I don't think. Do I?
No.
Yeah.
No, not really.
But he doesn't seem nice, and you don't have to beat your mom and that dragon guy up by yourself. So you don't need unlimited power. You just need your friends.
He's right.
You're saying with the power of friendship, I could take down my mother and my patron?
Yes.
Your mom probably won't be hard to kill. She's just one woman.
The dragon
Oh
might
yeah,
be
that
difficult.
bitch will go down hard.
The dragon might be difficult, but you guys have been fighting aeons for me, and I would kill a dragon for you, Becky. You're my friend. And I don't like violence. So actually, I wouldn't do it, but Poppy would, right, Poppy? She's got this. You're gonna have to put me in a cage when you take me through the mist, though.
Yeah. Well,
No, Becky is not from the Mist.
No.
Oh. Where's mine then?
I mean,
She said she was from Rubus, which is where Milos is from.
I am not good at geography.
you might need to, I don't know, take something really calming. Trilixis is right on the edge of the mists. We're usually not bothered because, well, you know, big dragon kind of scares the fiends away.
I'm not worried about the fiends. I'm worried about me.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, that's... But now the real problem is this orb. This Joker gave it to me, and he told me that I can make the power my own, but I don't know
Eat it.
where to even start.
I don't think any of our mouths could. Maybe
Or-
I'll like try and like.
Or like just push it into your body.
Little bit of the electricity kind of reaches out and zaps one of your gums, gives you a little bit of a tingle.
Ooh.
Oh, that don't work. Alright. That don't work.
Push it into your body.
I start
Or-
drooling
or
out of one
maybe-
side.
Or maybe, are you okay? Do you have rabies?
No, I got shot by the ball.
You got shot by a ball?
I think he got shocked by
And
the ball? Or he got shocked in the
Yeah.
fall?
Or he got shot in the ball?
Oh. Well, he is only wearing a loincloth. I imagine
It's
that's
true.
not
Honestly,
much
I didn't want to
protection.
say it, but if you walk too quickly, we can see everything.
Yeah. Especially on those windy days.
Especially if it's really windy. You should invest in pants.
That on purpose.
Or just like a Manscaper 4.0 lawnmower. We'd be really
I
good
did
at just
think
hiding
that Asher could try and turn it into materia.
Oh,
And could attach it
yeah.
to my staff.
That sounds like fun. For you.
What are you gonna do about the other material?
We're gonna bury it in the dirt and leave it here.
No.
No way.
It was way too dangerous before we had it. It's even more dangerous now that it's out in the open.
You look over at it at the mention of it, and all of you hear these whispers coming from it. And you now see a very familiar cat. Some of you have seen, sitting right next to it. A black cat with white kind of mouth down to its belly. It has this little crown on its tail.
Hi, kitty.
It's over by the one with the eye in it, right?
Yeah.
Ellie starts getting down and going, pss, 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 pss. Kitty, kitty.
That cat definitely has rabies.
Yeah.
What? Oh dear. Mother told me to stop petting stray animals.
Everyone, this is Kate Sif.
I didn't know you had a cat.
I'm not
I
her
don't.
cat.
I didn't know your cat talked. Poppy, can you believe this? You need
He
to learn to
works
talk
for
to everyone else now.
Diabolos.
Poppy is like full on like cat
Poppy-
fur back.
Okay,
like,
Poppy.
arched back.
Okay, we're gonna have a cat fight here, so I pick Poppy up. No, be nice.
Like-
It's Becky's cat.
Doesn't matter. Poppy doesn't like take its eyes off
Poppy
of.
has the sentient collar, right?
Huh?
I can talk to Poppy, right? Poppy, what's wrong?
Have you? Did you actually give the sentient collar to?
Yeah, Poppy's been
Poppy?
wearing it this whole time.
Oh, then Poppy can speak,
Hey.
so everybody can hear Poppy now.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought it was just me.
I thought it was just me and my brain.
No. The sentient collar gives something sentience and the ability to speak common.
That's neat.
That's scary.
Anything that
She
you put the
just
collar
decided-
on, by the
She
way.
just decided that she doesn't feel like talking to everybody. She
Maybe.
makes the
She's got attitude.
Mm-hmm. Well, she does.
Yeah. And Poppy like climbs your shoulder, like trying to get away from Kate Sith, and like hides underneath like your long hair and on your shoulder and like hisses at Kate Sith.
What's wrong?
And she whispers in your ear and she says, "That creature's from the shadows." And you see Kate Sith just kind of flick his tail back
What does that
and
mean
forth.
from the shadows?
Everyone looks around.
You watch and you see as the firelight, now that Poppy has said that, you watch and see as the firelight that is casting your shadows away from you, you see now that Kate Sith's shadow is not a cat. It is a winged creature with claws.
Becky, did you know that your cat is a demon?
He's not my cat, and he is a demon of something.
And you, now that you see that, like, Kate Sith is, like, teasing Poppy as you see Kate Sith's shadow now creep towards your own.
Get away! Start kicking dirt at the shadow.
It's a shadow and it just...
Ellie, it's too early. It's too late in the night for Ellie to have brain.
Sure.
How far away is Kate Sith from us?
Just a few feet.
I'm gonna
Maybe
go
like a
hide
good-
behind Asher.
Maybe like a good
Uh,
5 or 10.
Becky says, "So is this a social call, Kate?"
You know why I'm here.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what happens when you disobey your master?
I have an idea.
Suddenly, you all see as Becky's tattoos begin to light up and blaze with a purple fire across her body. It does cause you physical pain, but not damage physical pain. And suddenly,
Is this shadow still like creeping up on?
no, it was just playing with...
Ellie's doing one of these from behind Asher. I don't like that cat.
But you see Kate Sith's eyes glowing as he is now staring at Becky. And Becky, your large, proud wings begin to dissolve into dust.
That's not fair. She got those wings from an Esper, not from you.
And where do you think the Esper got its power?
I don't know because I haven't finished reading my big book yet. You know what? Come back and see me in like 2 weeks, and I'll give you the
No.
answer. Okay, fine. Just trying to make friends.
I reach out with my mind, and I call out to that Esper actually, and I ask if there's any way it can intercede.
Go ahead and roll me some percentile.
Percentile?
Mm-hmm.
Never get pieces. $36.
What was it?
36.
36. Okay.
Depends on if low or high is good.
I don't know.
So, you remember what this Esper sounded like last you met. Definitely more joyful voice, but also a little bit of mischief in their voice.
Mm-hmm.
This is not that voice.
Mm.
This voice has quite a bit more mischief in their voice. And they say, "Oh, it seems that somebody is in trouble. Would you like a little bit of help, little girl?"
Who am I talking to?
The time around you, Becky, freezes for a moment. And you hear bells. Like small bells, like bells on the end of clothes bells. And you hear them coming from like your right and then from your left. And they're like ching, 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 like somebody's bouncing up and down with like bells on a skirt or on the end of a coattail or something along those lines. And you hear mischievous laughing, but you do not see anyone yet.
I say again. So who are you?
Oh, just a great admirer of chaos.
And if you helped me, what did you want in return?
Why, to create chaos, of course. You see a face appear from behind Ellie. Peekaboo! And you see a white face with paint on it. Blonde hair pulled back into a ponytail with accents of colorful feathers. Dressed like a jester of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all. Does he laugh?
Red on one half of his body, blue on the other half.
Yeah.
Polka dots.
This might be worse than
Tall boots.
I mean, yes, no.
Could be fun. Could be fun.
You wouldn't happen to be one of Joker's siblings, would you?
What? That poor boy? No, I don't think so.
You dress as flamboyantly.
I find him rather drab.
Wait, did we see this?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Time is frozen for you
Oh, good.
via the time stop spell.
Lovely.
So you want me to make chaos for you?
Yes. You see, I'm not a fan of, and he very boisterously gestures to Kate Sith, who you see is actually like slowly moving its head towards Kefka, and Kefka goes, "I am Kefka. Pleasure to meet you." And he does a little trill.
Pleasure to meet you.
And he looks down at Kate and he goes, "Bad kitty."
Yeah.
And you see him wave his hand and Kate is gone with a shadow.
Okay. So what kind of chaos are we talking here?
I could care one way or another.
So you just want a lack of law and order.
Just a little mischief.
23 years, though.
What?
It's just a little mischief.
I mean, we already caused mischief everywhere we go.
Right.
So long as I don't have to, like hurt anyone.
Well, I mean, you've already hurt quite enough people. Why stop that trend?
Because that's not who I want to be.
Oh, but I hear from, shall we say, a few birdies, that you have someone particular in mind that you would like to hurt.
Yeah, I guess there's two people I want to hurt. You know what I mean, though. That witch in the tower, she was just doing a job. She didn't deserve to get hurt.
She'll be fine. And I could care less about her. I have my eye on a grander prize.
Which is?
And you see as he reaches into his clothes and pulls out a fistful of what looks to be glitter as he throws it in the air, and you see an image of Osoroshi appear before you. And he says, I want that to be dead.
Well, it definitely piques my interest. But you have to understand, I've made some bad deals, so ask a few more questions. What do you got against Osoroshi?
Well, him being a dragon and all, bringer of law and order, and he starts to float on his back and, like, pick his nose a little bit. I detest law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Well, you see, dragons have this annoying knack to bring order and law to wherever they are. Whether that law and order be good or evil, who's to say? It's just rather stifling, don't you think?
Okay. Yeah. So, you help me, and you just want me to take out Osoroshi and create a little mischief.
That's the deal, yes.
Okay. Ah, can't believe I'm making another one of these. I accept the terms.
Oh, no, my dear. You are going to have to decline, and he points to this little purple thread, and you see him as he waves his hand, and you see the visage of Diabolos watching down at you.
How do I get rid of this?
Well, you're going to have to deny him. He's not going to be very happy with this, of course.
Yeah.
He may try to hunt you down and send other followers, you know, the like. But I wouldn't mind if you stuck it to him either.
Yeah, samesies. Okay. I will deny Diabolos.
Fantastic. And he whips out his hand, and you see this long contract, like, cartoonishly roll to the ground and unfurl itself. And he grabs a pen from thin air, and it has a peacock feather on it, and he says, just sign anywhere, I don't care.
There's a lot of order in all this paperwork. How cartoonishly long? Because Becky probably wants to read what is on this contract.
You read over the words on the contract. They're not really words. They're like blah, 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 blah. It literally says blah, blah, blah in a couple different languages that you actually understand. And in between the blah, blah, blahs, it's like, does whatever I want, is mine forever.
Is yours forever?
Well, yes,
Like-
of course, yes. Chaos. My chaos agent forever. Or until you die. I don't have a lot of use for dead people.
Well, at least you let me say
Yeah,
it.
same. Anyway. Alright, fuck it. And she'll just write over the words Becky Blaize.
It's funny because, like, right where you decide to write, you catch a name that's like you're writing over another name because he just like points to somewhere for you to like write over. And there's two names. One says Lock and the other says Shadow.
Yeah, she'll sign.
It's a done deal then! And he, like, cartoonishly rolls it back up and then puts his hand out to you as he's, like, laying on his back, and it's the hand that he was picking his nose with.
She kind of trepidatiously grabs it.
As you do, you get one of those, like, joy buzzers, and it shocks you a little bit and makes a little bit of noise. Not harmful or anything, but you get a little static shock. Your wings suddenly pop back into existence, and they start cycling through different styles of wings. Like, suddenly you have bird's wings, suddenly you have duck wings, suddenly you have dragon's wings, suddenly you have, bat wings, and they're cycling through different colors, and he says, oh, you deal with that.
And, yeah, Becky, I think, she just goes back to the wings she had.
And they stick to that particular color as well.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, you won't need that anymore. He reaches down on the ground, picks up that materia, and, like, throws it in the air, just a little lift of an air, and he literally, like, kicks it into space.
I was just gonna bury it. Not better.
Hey,
I wanted to study it.
But do we still have the evil rock?
That's the materia.
Oh.
What about the other one?
Oh, you still have the piece of the void, yes.
That's the evil rock I was talking about.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, there's too many rocks.
okay.
And then you see him, like, float back over to Ellie, and he's like, oh, she's going to be trouble. I like that.
Why?
Well, she can definitely fill in with some chaos where I fall short.
Oh, yes, I can tell. Anyway, I'll be calling soon. Ta-ta! And he, like, explodes into, like, a different, like, bits of sparkles. And suddenly time resumes again, and everybody that is there, you now see Becky has her wings back. Suddenly. There's no more Kate Sith. And the materia with the eye is gone.
Why is my nose itchy? Where's your cat? And why did your wings come back?
Okay, so I know you said you wouldn't be mad at me, but don't be mad.
That's what I used to tell my mom before I told her I
severed my
broke
contract with Diabolos, and
That's
I
fine.
signed on with a new guy.
something.
I have an
Audible sigh.
Wait, who's the new guy? Is he nice?
Is this like a timeshare
He's-
thing? I don't think it's good.
What's a
He's
timeshare?
I don't
entertaining.
know. I heard about it once.
I forgot
Kafka.
the name. Kefka.
Kafka.
His name's Kefka,
Do I know that?
and
Roll me a history check.
History check. Ellie's doing some big brain thinking here.
Yep. Something tingles at the edge of
Can I
your.
guidance myself?
You sure can.
Big brain thinking.
Big brain energy.
Big brain. 12.
That name
That's
seems.
medium brain.
That name seems familiar. Like you might have read it somewhere, maybe.
I'm gonna go get my book. And I'm start looking through the index.
It's gonna take you a while.
It's a long index. Give me a second. I saw it somewhere.
As you're looking through the book, Becky, you feel like your powers have changed since claiming a new patron.
I swear, if you give her
Something
chaos
has
magic, we're gonna die
changed.
because we already have chaos magic fucking potion guy over here.
Just all the wild
Too
magic.
late. I told you she's an agent of chaos now.
I've got the chaos summons. You got the
No.
chaos gun. Oh no, we're all gonna die.
is my spell list gonna be like all like wild magic now or some bullshit?
No, it's that. I find the like wild magic sorcerers a little bit crazy. But your signature spell is now Chaos Bolt. When you use an Enochian point, and you score a critical with Chaos Bolt, you can have it jump to 2 other targets.
I use them a lot.
So
So it has to be. You have to use an Enochian point, and it has to be a critical.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. And whenever you use an Enochian point, you may cast magic chaotically. If you do, you gain you gain 2 stacks of Umbral.
He said may. May.
May.
Not must.
It is a may. It's not a must. It is a may. But Ellie, as you're reading through, you skip ahead to
The cave.
2 calamities from where you have kind of bookmarked and you were reading, and you start reading and you catch the name Kefka.
Oh, I found it! Okay, I read it. Read that paragraph.
The first paragraph that you catch is just that he was a court jester that had been given a higher rank by the emperor at that time. And he actually used that higher rank to poison an entire town.
Oh no. Maybe the next paragraph he made up for his poisoning of an entire town and did good things. Let's continue.
It gets worse as you read on.
Oh no.
From the information gleaned from your text, which unfortunately isn't much on this subject. What you glean is that at some point in time, Kefka had caused the cataclysm of the time by trying to merge our world with that of the Espers and steal their power for his own.
Hey, Becky. Your new patron caused a calamity, and he murdered an entire village with poison. He tried to merge this world and the Esper world. But otherwise, he was a court jester, so I bet he tells great jokes.
I mean, that may all be true, but I think he's better than my last boss.
I don't know, your last boss isn't in my book.
Yeah.
What did he ask? What did he ask you to do anything for him? Like,
yeah, and to be fair, it lines up with what I wanted to do,
okay.
which is kill Osoroshi.
Well, that seems fair. That doesn't seem too bad. It's weird that he wants to kill your dragon like you want to.
Well, I think he just wants there to be a vacuum of power.
Well, we've all seen what a vacuum of power here does.
Anyway,
He just wants to kill that
I'm
dragon,
real
right?
tired, guys.
Yeah, he just wants to kill that dragon, not all the dragons, right? I think
Well-
Din likes her dragon.
He doesn't seem to like dragons, but he didn't specifically name her dragon.
Well, it's
I
okay
don't know who
until
your
then.
dragon is.
Okay, your dragon's not that dragon, is it?
No.
Okay, it's fine then.
But do we know that like the different color dragons are like different alignments? Is that a thing that's well known?
So dragons have a personality of their own. Their coloration in this particular world is not indicative of what they necessarily represent.
So like
One more
chromatic
question.
isn't necessarily evil and metallic isn't necessarily good.
Exactly. In our world here, Final Fantasy, folks, dragons have their own personalities and are not indicative of what alignment that they do. Although most dragons are lawful to a point.
Becky, was Diabolos mad when you told him you didn't want to play with him anymore?
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. So, Diabolos will probably be mad that I severed our connection, and as long as we have this void piece, he will probably hunt us and send his henchmen after us.
Well, we're already wanted felons, so, it's just one more thing.
Yeah. Anyway,
You
should
go to
probably
sleep.
all-
It's my turn to take a watch with Marquies.
Who has the void piece? You do. What are you doing with it?
Storing it in my bag, I guess. I have no other place to put it.
Okie
You don't
dokie.
have a bag of holding to put it in.
Don't let it touch your skin so you don't become evil. I don't know if that's how
I mean,
it works.
He's literally holding it right now.
Yeah, literally in my hand right now,
Oh.
Paw.
You're evil now. We're gonna have to
He
kill
doesn't
you.
wear clothes.
I know.
Yeah,
We
that
had
was the
that
other thing I wanted to talk
conversation. Were
about.
you here for that? I finally told him what we've all been thinking.
Just because y'all are prudes and, like wearing clothes all the time doesn't mean that I have to abide by those same
I don't
rules.
like wearing clothes. It's just polite to wear clothes in company.
Debatable.
I'm pretty sure someone had that talk with me once.
Anyway.
Anyway, I'm going to take a watch now.
We're not getting you, Travis. You gotta...
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. I guess Becky's gonna just kind of sheepishly go into the tent and go to sleep.
When you go in there and lay down, Poppy comes and curls up next to you and starts doing the cat need on your side and the heavy, aggressive purring in your ear, and then curls up right next to you and goes to sleep.
Pet him.
All right. So, I'm assuming Asher, you, and Din also return.
I have written down third. This is only second.
This is only second.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's been a really rough first watch.
Right.
Marquies and Ellie, you have watch.
So what are you supposed to do on a watch? When Din and I did a watch, we went for a walk. But that didn't seem like it was the appropriate choice.
No. On a watch, you're supposed to make sure that no one or nothing that is a potential threat comes upon our camp here.
Well, are you a threat?
Why would you ask that?
Because you had bone wings earlier today, and they were very scary.
I'll give you that. That's actually a fair question. No.
Okay. Why did you have bone wings?
That is...
The taste better than bones.
No, boneless wings are better.
I see. I just
prefer-
want chicken
I
nuggets,
like the
right?
chicken. Yeah, I prefer the chicken nuggets.
That's a little complicated, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around things.
My number one theory was it's because you're kind of dead but not dead. That's my working theory.
No.
But then I remembered you're just inhabiting another body.
Yes, and
So-
I believe
so-
it is part of that.
Wait, so if you have skeleton wings, do you look? Are you just a skeleton? Is that why you're always wearing the leathers and the mask? Because you don't want us to see that you're just bones and no flesh? Oh my god.
No.
We
That
need to
is-
stay away from all dogs.
That is not... What? That is not... No. I certainly have flesh.
My working theory is you're a skeleton until you prove to me you have flesh.
Okay, well, I can assure you, I'm not a skeleton.
I don't believe you.
Okay?
I can't see that. You don't have
Well,
flesh.
have you ever seen a skeleton with clothes on that don't just sag upon their bones?
You could have stuffed your clothing to make it look more realistic.
You'd be a skeleton inside a scarecrow inside leathers.
I
That's
thought,
rebellion.
I thought everybody stuffed their clothes.
I don't know how far the deceit goes, Marquies.
Okay. Have you ever heard a skeleton speak before?
I don't leave home much.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well, the only thing I can say is I promise you, I have flesh. I am a living being of some unknown sort.
Okay.
Living.
So where did you go? Because you disappeared for a little while.
Oh. I was wondering if that had actually happened, or if it was a...
No, you were gone. Din was gone too. It was very strange. I thought you guys abandoned us.
Ah.
You were back in like 5 seconds, so it was fine.
I was a little concerned that it might have just been some sort of mind prison thing.
You were gone, and then you came back, and then you had the bone wings, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a place where I learned a few things and unlocked a few memories.
Your memories, or the you that you are now's memories?
I unlocked Arthur's memories.
Who's Arthur? Oh, it's the you are now!
Arthur
The
is...
body! We'll
No.
start referring to it as the body.
Arthur is the man who died
You.
and then inhabited this body and became me.
Oh, you're Arthur.
Yes.
Oh. Why are you referring to yourself in a really weird third person?
It's... I don't know. I don't feel comfortable calling myself that anymore.
Is it because you look different?
I don't feel that I am Arthur anymore.
Yeah. I don't quite understand that. That's some really deep shit, man.
Well, it's
All I
very
know
complicated for me
is-
too,
is
and I'm
that-
still trying to work through all of it.
So, when you die, normally, and there's someone there to send you, your soul, so Arthur, would have gone to the far plane and continued to be dead Arthur. But now, dead Arthur is alive Arthur in the Marquies man suit flesh thing. Or a skeleton. I can't confirm. But the soul is still Arthur. So you're still Arthur. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm
Yes.
gonna go with that. I didn't read
I
all the
understand the logic you're going with, and it's quite sound, really. It's just a lot more complicated for me, being that I did not have many of those memories. I had to make new ones. I had to understand and learn who I am now. And I am not in the original body, so it's just all become something that I need to work through. And if I'm really going to put everything into perspective, I think it's going to take some time. Because having all of these memories, knowing more of who this body belonged to before I took over, it's not so simple anymore.
Is there gonna be somebody else trying to kill us now?
I don't see any reason why, but I can say this. Your concerns about, what a soul is supposed to do when they die. That is what happened. Except that there are problems with souls not reaching their final destinations.
Yes. I think
And
we've heard about this before. from
Yes.
someone.
I have mentioned it.
I think it has something to do with what's going on with the Aeons and the crystals.
Well, from what it seems... Remember when I told you that Arthur was convicted of murder?
Yes, but he didn't really murder anyone.
He did not kill her. He was trying to prove his innocence.
Mhm.
In doing so, he discovered a few other things. Likely as a result of him being part of a high nobility family. There was a lot of cover-ups going on. And the church seems to be behind this.
Yeah, they're behind a lot of bad things.
So, clearly we need to do something about that.
We're trying. But I don't know. I don't know what else we can do besides what we've already been doing. I mean, I'm barely a summoner, and I don't know if we can, go against the whole church by ourselves.
But there are at least a few figureheads that we can go after. And I can name one in particular.
The red-headed guy.
Basira.
Yeah. He told me I had nice ears.
Right. Well, he's the one that killed Arthur.
Oh. Oh, I don't like him anymore. Wait.
Not exactly a fan either.
I thought that Arthur lived a long time ago. Is your family still alive?
It wasn't that long ago, and yes, they are.
Have you seen them?
No.
Do you miss them?
I really don't know. I didn't really have those memories.
You have them now.
Yes, and like I said, I'm looking through a lot of things.
You need a hug?
No, I'm quite alright.
Okay, well, Becky doesn't like hugs either, so I don't know why I'm here. I get good hugs.
Well, you're not here for your hugs.
I know.
You're useful in many other ways.
I still can't summon Titan. But I'm gonna work this out. I'm gonna figure it out eventually. Did you get any good memories, or were they all really bad memories about how you died?
There are good ones, of course. But there's just a lot to focus on right now.
Focus on the good ones. Sometimes they help make you feel better.
There is a lot that we need to work through. And right now, my focus on those that appear bad are the ones with the most beneficial information.
Yeah. Maybe do half and half. So you don't get really depressed and start being angry at everybody.
That's not something you have to worry about. Remember,
You're just
I've
a
been a
skeleton.
murder investigator for
You're just a skeleton in
number
a
of
suit,
years.
and skeletons and suits can't get mad.
If that helps you.
I'm gonna have to tell Din, because we had bets.
Speaking of Din and Asher, your time comes for your watch.
I forgot to watch. I just stare
Okay.
out at the forest really hard for a couple of seconds.
Good job.
There's nothing. It's fine.
I thought I took first watch.
Hmm?
I thought I took first watch.
All right, Becky had stayed up. Becky, do you want to take a watch, or do you...
I mean,
She'd rather
you can
take-
try and wake her up, but I think she's just dead asleep.
Fair enough. Din, you are on this watch alone.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You were right. He's just bones.
Speak into the
in a-
mic.
You were right. He's just bones in a leather suit.
He would like to refer to us as Bone Daddy.
Daddy.
Aw. Is he dead?
Well, if he's bones, there's not even anything to send at this point.
You just have to burn him.
He told me that he had flesh, but I don't know. The wings. Did you see the wings? There's no flesh there. I'm going to bed now.
All right. So, Din,
Yeah.
as you sit by yourself and kind of think about the events that have happened, you were very briefly back home recently. And you're feeling a little homesick as you think about that. But you think about this affliction, and you think about the mission that was given to you to steal some teeth.
Yeah.
You also take a moment to do whatever rituals you need to do to bury the shattered totems.
No. Taking the teeth, I'm taking the totems and I'm making them into a necklace instead.
You're making into a necklace instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took teeth from both of them, so.
Gotcha.
Taking the bits, making it into more jewelry.
Gotcha. Alright. So you work on that most of your watch while keeping an eye as well. Sun begins to rise on a new day. Everybody wakes up. You guys prepare some sort of meal for the day. You guys get your long rest.
Oh, yes, I had 70 now.
And which direction are you headed now that your business is finished here at the Anti-Tower?
Oh, we're going to Baron. That was Nelly. That was me. I could not remember.
Northeast?
Northeast, yes. About 2 days travel.
I need to talk to Marquies.
What?
I'm infected again.
With what?
Stuff that I
What?
can't heal right.
What are you doing?
It was
Told him-
very toxic, poisonous stuff.
You
And,
just stop licking the ground.
well, it tastes like home. So.
When you're a bear, you lick the ground a lot. You should probably actually tell the bear to not do that either. Just with the toxic stuff.
You know this affliction. It is the same affliction that you've had to heal a few times over with the reduction of health. A few of your party members actually are afflicted right now.
I'm okay. Wait, am I okay?
Okay.
I'm okay.
Asher looks like he has those black veins
Yeah, this
beginning to
is the
spread as
corruption
well.
and stuff. Well, yeah, I guess I'll brew up a few potions for this.
I would like some potion for breakfast.
Quite feeling. We'll add some calories to it.
So you're brewing up some anti-corruption.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Who all needs it?
I think it's
Just the
just
two of us?
Asher and
Is
Din.
it just the two of you? Okay.
because the other ones that were affected are no longer with us.
Oh,
Are
that's
there
horrible.
trees?
Huh?
Are there trees?
Yes,
nearby?
there are trees beyond the dead circle
Are
around the
there
tower.
like critters in the trees?
You hear some birds and some small animals, yes.
You want to go get a pet?
I want a pussy pet.
That's
Fighting.
Well, I want to pet a
I wanna
pussy.
get- I want to get a pet for Becky because her snake died.
We can find her snake.
You want to go find a snake for Becky?
Why I gotta be a snake?
Because she really likes the snake.
no stage whispering. We're on mic.
Yeah. You want to go get a snake for Becky? Maybe when we're walking, we can look and see if we see one hang out on a tree or something.
I have a potion that attracts creatures.
Oh, perfect! That can't be bad at all. Think of all of the creatures we could attract in the woods for you to wrestle. Like a tiger.
I seem setting stuff up already.
Oh, or a mountain
What
lion.
are you talking
A
about?
mountain lion would be fun. He's typing.
No, not me. I'm bringing up lists just in case.
Or maybe we could find a cactar.
Can we here? What?
Yeah, you look around and you're like, this isn't a desert.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we have to go down like Milos or something.
that's true.
Yeah. Milos
ooh,
overhears and he's like,
A tonberry, or one of those little creatures. They look like otters.
do you like, Josh?
The otters?
They are otters. There are otters here and they're really odd, and they wear clothes. I don't know where they get the clothes.
Sounds odd.
Otter.
All right.
I'd like to
What's-
re-up on some
What's the big
potions as
in the
well.
woods?
Easy
Yeah,
enough.
that
You've
you
got some
like?
time before you guys break camp.
The ears and the long snout.
Can I go find Milos?
Yeah.
I'll pull you to the side.
I was literally just about to head out to commune, but what do you need? As I'm rubbing my eyes and adjusting myself.
Tightening the loincloth.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you still have that void piece?
Yeah, I can. Do you want it? I mean, I
No,
can
I'm
dig
just-
in my bag and try and find it.
I'm
but-
just trying to figure out the best place for it. I just don't know if Honest is the right place, but
Can we hide it in your magic shop?
that's what I was thinking, but I don't know if it's good to be in there with other materia. I was just gonna ask what your thought on it.
I mean, I could maybe ask. I don't know if I've told anyone this, but I get when I commune, I can ask questions about things. Maybe I can ask about the safest place to store that.
Yeah, well, should we
Uh,
figure out what it is for sure?
I mean, we know it's a void piece. I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, other than
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm saying.
dangerous.
Like, we can call it whatever
yeah.
we want, peanut butter and jelly, but we need to know what it does.
Right.
I guess I could cast
so,
Identify on it.
I mean, you can try. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
just
maybe
takes some
while
time.
you commune, I could ritually identify this, and we'll get some answers if you don't mind company this morning.
No, by all means.
You're doing some
So
weird
I will.
flirting. Do you want to go?
I'll take it
some-
out so
some
we have it,
creatures?
and I'll hand it to you while we
Yeah.
walk out to the forest and find a clearing. Maybe find a stump to sit on and just sit crisscross applesauce and kind of just dust it off and just sit and just listen to the nature around and just let it envelop me.
You just hear clink, clink, clank as Asher tries to fold himself in I forget what he's wearing. I think he's wearing the armor of Baron. I don't remember. I forgot what he has on, but it's probably not quiet.
Not quiet.
I think he just has. Oh, he has chainmail on, so it's half plate. But still, chink, chink, chink.
Yeah. So I will try and push past the the sounds of Asher's chainmail.
Sure.
Just sounds like wind chimes in the forest.
Sure.
So you commune and you feel the spirits of nature around you. You feel that of the wind blowing through the trees, that of the earth below you, the light shining down from the radiant sun above you, as well as nearby the previous nights, something off in the distance must have struck a wildfire, as you are able to draw in the spirit of fire as well today.
So I have the options of light, earth, fire,
And wind.
and wind.
Yep.
I think I will do fire and earth.
Okay. Are you marshaling fire today?
I am just to see what it's like. As I am titillated by the nearby fire, I will reach out my hand towards it and kind of do some hand motions towards it to kind of summon it towards me. To store it in the pocket watch. Actually, I think I'm going to store earth, and I'm going to marshal the fire first. So let me double check. Make sure that her fire doesn't do anything immediate. Fire. It's just an aura of ice resistance. So nothing like the earth one that gives me like temporary hit points or anything. But I will summon the fire like almost out of the air since it's not coming from the earth. And I will marshal a fire elemental.
This spark ignites in front of Milos and drops almost like water to the ground below and scorches the earth a bit as it takes on a semi-humanoid form. And I will throw those stats at you here in a second. But unlike the rumble of the earth or the moving of stones, this is a roar of a fire that you feel before you. Very different type of language. And whatever you want to name him, as it is no longer Earth Elemental.
I think it is actually female.
Okay.
I'm thinking like as I summon her, she's like really thin, like female body, like skinny mini, but of course boobs.
Sure, if you want.
With like the flaming red hair, and like bright white eyes. And as soon as she like appears, like my eyes just like are wide open, like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But I will like do like a half bow to her, and say, "Welcome. You are my first fire elemental, but I embrace this new form in your presence. But similar to Dusty, do you also grant questions per day, or is that just a Dusty thing?"
I shall answer one question for you.
I like you. So we have a super dangerous thing. We're trying to figure out the best way to store it so it's safe. Do you know if like a potential like pocket dimension would be a good place to store it? And I'll gesture to like the void piece in Asher's hands.
The fire regards this piece of magic in front of it and seems to ponder for a moment before saying, "This magic is not of this plane. Therefore, trips to other planes may cause complications."
That's not what I wanted to hear, but I appreciate the insight. How do you feel about the name Ember?
It just kind of bows to you.
I like Ember. That's cute.
It's like amber.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You're trying to identify the void piece currently. So, Asher, you sit down and you regard the void piece as you concentrate, like you have done so recently here in the past, on a magical item. And as part of identify, you must touch the item. And as you do, And you're finishing your question up, Milos. Suddenly, Asher's body goes tense. And you see, as this black void opens up towards his 10 o'clock, as he is sat cross down, and this hand reaches through and begins to pull at him. And attempts to start to pull him away into this void. But Asher, you fight this force. Almost. As a reaction, you pull towards your workshop as the first thing that you think of as a safe place. And suddenly, below you, kind of off to the side of the ground, you see as your key slips out of your pocket into the ground, and on the other side of the door, it opens by itself. Your grandfather is there, grabbing your hand. And Milos, this is the first time that you've seen somebody come out of Asher's door, and they are currently fighting. These limbs fighting and pulling Asher in either direction. And that is where we will end this episode.
Oh.
So, remember guys, new episodes every Friday on YouTube, and the previous new episode the following Wednesday on podcasts. So, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We really appreciate it. It helps us out. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.